So I wanted to use today's show to talk about some of my video game weaknesses. I think a lot of us have them. We may not want to talk about them, but I don't mind talking about them. I think it's important to look at yourself honestly. And even when it comes to video games, especially now that I'm able to capture my footage and I watch it every day, right, to make videos, I'm constantly seeing things that I can improve on and things that I can adjust. But I do have certain weaknesses that I feel like I'll never truly be able to overcome, especially because I have a YouTube channel. I think if I didn't, I know how to fix them. At least this one that I'm going to be talking about today. But I have an issue transitioning from game to game. And like I said, as a YouTuber, you tend to play games back to back, especially when you're in the season that I'm in now with covering games. They just never stop for almost 4 months, right? So my weakness is really prevalent during this season of gaming, right? I have an issue, like I said, transitioning from game to game, especially if the game is very similar. And I think that I've acquired this, if you will, back when I was a kid, because we would get games for the NES and the SNES on the weekends, and we would try to beat as many games as we could beat in one weekend. You guys know all those games back there, or most of them, tended to kind of feel the same. They were all platformers, 2D platformers, or side scrollers or something like that. And that's what we played. And a lot of times we'd play pretty much the same or a similar game back to back. And I would always have trouble transitioning from the first game to the second game. And to this day, I still have those issues. Give you an example, prime example. So I play Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. You guys know I go through, do all my crushing run for that, get everything finished. Prior to that, I had started my Rise of the Tomb Raider Platinum run for the new show that I'm doing for you guys called The Navigator. I had got the game, I had played probably an hour and a half or so. I got to the first challenge tomb, if you guys know where that is in the game. That's about how far I was. I stopped my capture card, made sure that my audio was good, and unfortunately it wasn't. There was some static in my audio. It turns out it was a cable that was faulty that I had recently bought a new headset, and you guys know that technology hates me, man. So I had to go online and order another cable. By the time it came in, it was too late for me to get the coverage done. So I'm going from Rise of the Tomb Raider. I take about a couple days off in between, go into The Lost Legacy. The little break that I took, the little 3 or 4 days, was enough for me to be able to go into Uncharted: The Lost Legacy fresh. I had no issues, zero, getting through Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, getting the crushing difficulty walkthrough up, and then we're done. Then I thought it would be a smart idea, when I knew in the back of my mind it wasn't, to go right into Rise of the Tomb Raider again before playing Destiny 2, right, which just came out. And I said, I got to get this done before Destiny 2 drops so I can get all this coverage up. And my timeline is off right now because of that faulty wire that I had to order. And I knew it wasn't a smart idea, and I did it real quick. If you guys know, there's a part where the game asks you to, or teaches you how to craft a shrapnel grenade. It's a little tutorial, real quick. It's 2 prompts. Understood the prompt completely, crafted the shrapnel grenade, tossed the shrapnel grenade. It blew up. It did exactly what the tutorial said it was going to do. And then literally, after clearing that area and picking up the scrap, I go into a little L-shaped hallway. There's 3 cans laying on the ground. I have 1 can in my hand from the previous encounter, which I carried over with me. And I've not crafted it though. It's just a can. I've not crafted it into a bomb. Does that make sense? It's just more of a stealth thing at this point. You know, where if you get into a stealth engagement, you throw the can, the enemies turn around. But I'm in the heat of battle. The music is heightened. Everything's intense. I'm running around with a can in my hand that is not crafted into a bomb. There's an enemy in this hallway with me, and my goal is to throw this shrapnel bomb at this fool and take him out. But it's just a can. And I remember I waited, I was holding it, and I kept strafing out around cover to get him to push so I could get an angle on him. He comes around the corner, I see him, and I literally toss a can at this Joker's face, and it like pops off his forehead and hits the ground, and he's just tagging me with bullets. And I'm saying to the game, wait, why didn't you explode? What the? And I'm like complaining, right? Like, why didn't this? Because I'm all about gameplay mechanics working in a game, and sometimes it is the game's fault that things don't work. But sometimes it was me. And it took me probably a couple more fights, or maybe 30 or 45 minutes later, when I got into another kind of heated battle where I needed to really craft something, where I did the mechanic and I used it, and then it just clicked. It's that moment where it goes, oh, that's right. Oh, it's that aha moment, right? But it took that long for it to register to me. And the whole time I'm going from that sequence to the sequence where I finally figured it out, in the live commentary, I'm questioning, I wonder why that didn't work. And the reason why this happens is because the transition. I had just played Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, where in that game, you just throw grenades, right? You get that same white arc. You guys know when you throw a grenade, pretty much in any third-person game, there's that white arc that comes off your head or your arm or wherever it is, and it tells you where whatever you're going to throw is going to land and that sort of thing. And I was used to that. I was used to picking a grenade up off the ground, it being a live grenade ready for me to throw, if you will, me throwing it and people dying. So when I picked up the can, my brain told me, you are playing Uncharted, bro. This can that you know is not a shrapnel grenade is ready to blow people up. And I am tossing this can at people trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And it's freaking hilarious, in my opinion. But it's definitely a Cuphead moment, piggybacking off of yesterday's show, which is why I want to talk about this. I think that what people are really looking for when they post content on the internet is for people to understand the context, for people to laugh with them, not at them. And that's kind of what this whole fiasco was with this guy playing Cuphead. They posted the video because they thought that people would laugh with. And I said this at the final closing of yesterday's video. If it's the internet and you're on the fence, it's probably going to be that they're going to laugh at you. But that's it for today. We just need to be less critical about people. Ask questions. Don't feel like you can't ask stupid questions. You know, a lot of times I'll ask stupid questions just to get a reinforcement. Sometimes I'll ask questions that I already know the answer to, just to hear somebody else say that that's the answer, so that I know it's true. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm like 90% sure. I'm like, hey, how did you get this? How did this drop for you in this game? And they'll say, oh, this, and they'll say, oh, this is how it dropped for me. And I'll go, oh yeah, that's what I thought, you know, because that's what I did think. I just needed to hear it from somebody else to reinforce it. Everybody learns different, man. It's all good. No need to laugh anybody off the internet, right? We're just all having fun playing games, experiencing problems on different levels, different situations, different contexts. And that's how, I feel like that's what makes it so fun, dude. So we all just need to just lighten up and chill, enjoy. If you don't like content on the internet, you don't like content on a specific YouTube channel, move along, right? If you're subscribed to people on YouTube just to hate on their content, you have problems. You see what I'm saying? You guys have a good one.